Hi, and welcome to part 2 of this week 6 presentation. Let's pick up where we left off in part 1 by continuing to take a look at our primary topics for this week. As mentioned in part 1 of this presentation, our second main topic for this week is Active Directory Federation Services. Active Directory Federation Services is a service that allows for secure sharing of identity information between two organizations. When an organization sets up a Federation trust, it is referred to as a partner relationship. A Federation trust works in a manner similar to a one-way forest trust, where one partner is trusted to handle authentication on their end when their users are accessing web applications that are hosted by the partner. If a Federation trust is set up in both directions, then it works more like a two-way trust. So you may be thinking, why not just set up a forest trust? Well, a Federation trust involves fewer resources and less access to the partner organization. When a forest trust is set up, communication between domain controllers in each forest must be set up. This introduces additional security risks as compared to using a Federation trust. As you can see, there are many scenarios in which Active Directory Federation Services is the better option. With any Federation trust, the trusted organization is referred to as the account partner, and the organization hosting the resources being accessed is referred to as the resource partner. This slide lists the 4 Active Directory Federation Services role services that are required in order for you to use Active Directory Federation Services. These are individual components that can be installed on one or more servers using the Add Role Services wizard. Servers running the Federation service are referred to as Federation servers. On the resource side of the trust, the main purpose for this service is to route authentication requests coming from user accounts in partner organizations. Federation servers also provide a security token service on the account partner side of the trust. Federation server proxies allow for access to Federation servers that are not accessible from the Internet. The Federation server proxy is deployed within the network perimeter, or the DMZ demilitarized zone. The Active Directory Federation Services enabled web server accepts security tokens and then either allows or denies access to a particular web application. The Active Directory Federation Services web agent can be used for either claims-aware applications or Windows NT token-based applications. Okay, at this point, let's move on and take a look at some of the key terms for this week. The first one you see here on this slide, change notification. This is the process by which intra-site replication occurs. This process involves a domain controller contacting a replication partner and informing that replication partner that there have been some updates to the Active Directory database. The replication partner will then request the updates. The next term you see here, password change replication. This type of replication is non-urgent and therefore is part of the normal replication cycle. However, password changes are immediately copied to the PDC emulator, and if a user attempts to log on using a domain controller that has not yet received the update, that domain controller will verify the user's latest password by contacting the PDC emulator. The next term you see here, unidirectional replication. Replication, essentially unidirectional replication is replication that occurs in only one direction. This is the type of replication that takes place with read-only domain controllers. And urgent replication, we've talked about this a little bit. This is replication of critical Active Directory database updates that occurs without waiting for the normal time interval between replication cycles. Okay, and this next slide here has the remaining key terms that we're going to take a quick look at. The first one you see here, account organization. This is the organization or business entity that possesses the user accounts that are used to access resources within another organization as part of an Active Directory Federation Services Trust relationship. The next term you see here, Active Directory Federation Services, we've obviously talked about this. This is a server role that allows for the secure sharing of resources between two different organizations. Typically, the organizations are business partners. The account organization is responsible for user authentication prior to granting access to the resources that are owned by the resource organization. The next term you see here, Federation Server, we've talked about that one. That's the server that actually performs the Active Directory Federation Services functions, such as validating identity claims and managing requests. A Federation server is required on each end of an Active Directory Federation Services trust. Next, the next term you see here, the Federation Trust Relationship. That's a trust relationship that exists between two organizations that are using Active Directory Federation Services to provide access to resources. Okay, next you see the resource organization. We've talked about that one. That's the business entity that possesses the resources that a partner organization is accessing as part of an Active Directory Federation Services trust relationship. And then the final one you see here, the single sign-on. This is a user authentication technology, and it is supported by Active Directory Federation Services. So that allows users to access multiple resources with just single authentication. Okay, finally, let's take a few minutes to go over the assignment for this week. So I'll navigate on over to the assignment within the Blackboard site. As you can see here, the assignment starts out with a list of assignment objectives. And these are the weekly learning objectives that are addressed in the Week 6 assignment. Okay, and since we've already gone over all these, I won't go over them again, but notice that this assignment addresses weekly objectives 3 through 6. Okay, next you see the purpose for this week's assignment, which is for you to get some hands-on experience configuring Active Directory replication and for you to go through the process of installing Active Directory Federation services. After that, you see the guidelines for creating and submitting your assignment. These are similar to the guidelines in all the other assignments you've done up to this point, but just make sure that you follow those. Okay, next are the assigned labs. These labs will be completed within the MOAC online lab environment, just as you've done with your other labs. Of course, you can find information about accessing the MOAC labs online in the NT302 course syllabus. Okay, as we continue to look at this Week 6 assignment, notice that the estimated time that it will take you to complete all of the assigned labs here is 1 hour and 25 minutes. Okay, as you can see, your first lab for Week 6 is MOAC 7412, Lab 17. Okay, and this lab is on managing Active Directory and sysvol replication. In this lab, you will promote a domain controller, and then you will configure some items related to Active Directory replication. The other lab that you have to complete as part of the Week 6 assignment is MOAC 7412 Lab 18, which is where you will install Active Directory Federation services and create a standalone Federation server. Okay, I am already logged into the MOAC Labs online, so let me switch over to that for just a couple of seconds, and I'll show you where to access the two labs. Okay, so as we scroll down, here's Lab 17, the first lab for this week, and then right beside it is Lab 18, the second lab for this week. Okay, be sure that you download the lab manuals for your step-by-step lab instructions. Okay, and if you have any questions about the Week 6 assignment, be sure to contact your instructor. Okay, and this concludes Part 2 of this Week 6 presentation.